Maya, here for me at 12.
A couple right here.
Big moment.
Everybody on the very far end, over this way for me.
Undeniable.
Loot is a story about my character Molly Novak going through a divorce with her very powerful husband, and after the divorce, because they don't have a prenup, she's left with $87 billion. You know, typical stuff. It's really a story about her rebuilding her life and finding a new life with this new group of people that she meets through her foundation. The way that this character is written is so deeply grounded in heart, and she's got this story that I feel like it felt so good to tell because, you know, being a woman of my age, I like seeing characters my age, and I feel like a lot of people have gone through changes in their lives, you know, adult stories, if you will.
Loot is about what's really important in life and what happens when you get lost in some of the things that aren't, like materialism, excess wealth, which can be a fun thing to see, but also the best things in life are having a real passion, having family, having something that you really believe in, and I think this show showcases that. I play Howard, which is her long-lost cousin that she hasn't seen for many years, and I'm kind of her reconnection back into the real world, back into family once everything starts going wrong for her. Oh, it's a dream come true working with Maya Rudolph. To me, it's just working with a legend up there with like Lucille Ball, Carol Burnett, the icons in television, and so to be able to work with her and learn from her and just feel loved and taken care of, it's a beautiful opportunity. Oh, if I had that much money, I would own my own NBA franchise, and then I would force them to let me be the starting power forward.
I'm going to guess that Ron said he would buy an NBA franchise and he would play starting point guard. Knowing that in my brain, I would buy a rival NBA franchise with better players and dominate his team. I play Arthur, and Molly, who's played by Maya Rudolph, and I have sort of similar paths in the sense that we're both recently divorced, and so we sort of bond over sort of what happens next and who we are now and what we're looking for, and so there's a little bit of like romantic connection there. Loot is essentially about a woman who is entering a new chapter in her life after she finds out that her husband has been cheating on her. She becomes like the third richest person in the world, and then has to find sort of meaning outside of wealth and stature.
This is my first time coming into a cast that is fully engulfed in comedy, who are seasoned, who are gurus of comedy, and I come from a drama background, you know what I mean? So just being there, I learned so much. She was totally different from the characters I've played before, and that is one of the reasons why I delved into this character like how I knew I could. You know, it's hard to not break when you have the iconic Maya Rudolph in the space, when you have Nat. They are hilarious. And it's just hard to just not break character when they're telling you certain things or when they're in the character and they're just being funny. It's hard.
Nicholas is Molly's assistant / best friend. He's someone from her old life that has stuck with her post-divorce. And I think, especially at the beginning of the show, he serves as sort of a devil on Molly's shoulder a little bit, you know? I think he would rather be doing drugs in Belize or buying castles with her again rather than working at this charity. I definitely don't come from money, so it was definitely a new experience. To be shooting in places like The One here in Los Angeles was one of the most crazy, bizarre experiences of my life. To be in a house that expensive, that nice, that massive, that lush was like, it was wild. It was definitely very, very wild. Maya, I mean, she's a legend. She is the reason, a big reason why I'm doing comedy today. You know, just watching her on SNL growing up was like, it was really huge for me. It really helped form my own sense of humor.
We thought it would be a really fun role for her to play the wife of this billionaire who gets divorced and loses everything and is left with nothing but $87 billion. And it's kind of like, what do you do with that money? What do you do with your life? What's the second act of your life? And then she moves into the charity space, which we thought would be a really fun place to do like a workplace comedy. Everybody on this show could lead their own show, so we felt so lucky to put together like this ensemble of people, and it was incredible. They're so funny.
On the surface, the show is about money, but it's also about people working together and doing something worthwhile. And it's also about her kind of recovery from this divorce and this traumatic experience and her finding a purpose and something that actually fulfills her in her life. We came up with the number $87 billion because at the time it seemed insanely high, but now we got guys with like 200 and 300 billion, so maybe it's not high enough. We were looking for the right idea for our friend Maya Rudolph because we really love working with her. And, you know, billionaires have been in the news. We just thought this was an interesting window into that world, and it's a role she was born to play.
This is the dream team, ladies and gentlemen. Hubbard and Yang, back at it again. It's really nice to see you guys in suits. You look really pretty. It's my privilege to thank our wonderful cast. I really am so proud of this cast, and I just feel like that's when our show really came to life. So I really want to thank Michaela J, Joel, Nat, Ron, Meagen, Stephanie, Adam, Olivier, and I'm so proud to have worked alongside you, and thanks to my family for being so patient and letting me go to work. It means the world to come home to you. Thank you.
Maya, we could have not done this show without you. Yeah. I mean this sincerely from both Alan and I. There isn't a single other human being in this world who could have pulled this off in the way you did. Comedy, drama, vulnerability, crazy set pieces, you can do it all. Thank you for joining us. It's every writer's dream to work with someone as kind and as talented as you are. So we're so happy to have you. Yeah.
This show looks like a show about money, but spoiler alert, it's not. It's actually a show about a group of very different people from very different backgrounds who come together and overcome those differences to work really hard on something worthwhile.